This is my letter to my president, to my president, to my president.
Yes, this is the state of address. No disrespect, but United States is a mess. But who can help a superpower gain more strength? Barack ain't Superman, he's more like Clark Kent. But look at what the power of the people starts.
Barack is not Superman, he's closer to Clark Kent. Elaborate.
Barack, man, I think that people have a very high regard for our new president, and that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I am actually one of the individuals who voted for Barack. I am for change, and I'm willing to give an individual a chance. Also, I have to take responsibility and say that what's my role in doing that. Like, my role doesn't end at just taking the vote, and his role doesn't end at just becoming president. I think that people are looking towards him to save them from all of the problems. That's just my opinion. And I think that people forget where the power comes from, where the power lies. And this is not a song that's going against Barack. It's not a song that's going against our president, our government. This is a song that's more so encouraging the people and saying, wake up, like, listen, like, even when you go in the days of the Bible, where people were good until they asked for kings to govern them, or rulers to govern them, or government. They asked for that. They wanted certain things. And then when they got these things, it was chaos after that.
Do you think that desire for leadership is an abandonment of responsibility?
I think so, man. I was reading an interview with a rapper who I actually respect. I won't say any names, of course. We don't say names. But I was reading an interview, and it kind of disappointed me, man, because he was like, he was saying that he never had independent success. He was used to having and I quote, lazy success, where the label did everything for you. And I'm like, well, after all this time, we don't learn anything, then we have to accept what we get. And this is my thing, like, I learned something from James Brown. I learned something from Curtis Mayfield. I learned something from Otis Redding. You know what I'm saying? I learned something from Grover Washington. Like, Grover Washington was like, yo, word, this is what y'all doing? I'm out. I'm out. I'm not doing it. I'm going. Like, Otis Redding, like, these are cats who, and Curtis Mayfield and James Brown, these are cats who had labels and artists. They was signing, they was doing big things. And not only were they doing big things, they were making great music. They were making music that was lasting 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. Like, today it's at a point where cats are like saying, yo, let me just make some music, get my little money, and I'm out. And then what do you expect to happen? You get a record, you get an artist saying, yo, hip-hop is dead. What do you expect them to say? Like, cats are not making an effort to create anything. But then you got cats like KRS-One who will say, yo, document your history. You know what I mean? And he'll come out with a book called the Testament of Hip Hop, Volume 1. And it gives a new light on your responsibility. And you have to, and if it's the only way that you can say thank you to Kool Herc or Africa Bambaataa or brothers from that caliber, that in certain names that you haven't even heard and met before, if that's the only way that you can say thank you for allowing me a way to get out the hood or allowing me a way to feed my family, then do that. You know what I mean? Work that, and then consider the fact where hip hop is spread. So this is what we're living. This is what's coming through our veins. We're becoming the next if we die doing this, hopefully we can leave the people something great. You know what I mean?